Then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded.
Good morning, everybody. Let me go ahead and mute that. There we go. There we go. I think everything is operational now. Let's see here. Got a handful of people in here. This is good. Let's get my chair situated in the right place. As you can tell, I'm a little under the weather, but that is okay. I'm also disappointed in this microphone because it doesn't sound as good as my other microphone, and this is the cool one. This is the one that's got all the dials and stuff that it's supposed to be better, but for some reason it's not. I don't get it. I don't get it. Wait a minute, 100% the mic. Let's do that. All right, so hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Mine was filled with thrills and spills. Drove down to North Carolina, checked out the homestead, make sure everything was hunky dory. It is, it was, it shall be, and yeah, headed back. Hopefully you guys were able to catch that live stream I did during the drive, and if not, you can go back and check that out. I don't think I like my voice sounding like this. I sound like I have a frog in my throat. I want to drink coffee, but if I drink coffee, it washes away the cough drop. But I'm going to do it anyway, so we're going to find out what's going to happen. And then obviously I put the chat in, but I look first. So Debbie first, Rose number two, Cindy, you are the turn, and she says it's a balmy 60 degrees in beautiful South Dakota. Well, who else we got in here? You got Pure Alaska. Good to see you. Good to see you. LocalPrepper. Good luck, my friend. There was a little bit of snow in my lawn. I know that sounds great, right? Sounds great. Who the hell just gave me $100 damn? That's absolutely insane. Who did that? Bullseye Ben. Dude, did you push the wrong damn buttons? Do we need to talk about a refund? Because that is crazy. That we need to talk, bro. We need to talk. Um, oh, Bullseye Ben sent me. Pure Alaska did that. Holy shnikes! I don't even know you. Subscribe, Bullseye Ben. I don't even know what to say, guys. I've never received a donation that large before. I think, I think $50 is the most I've ever received. That's unbelievable. You're getting the heart. It's the only option I can reply. Pure Alaska. Don't know if you're male or female, but you're gonna get the you are the man. Boom. Sending that out. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Oh, thank you, thank you. Deanna, good morning. Where we at here? It's tropical 15 here with 4 inches, 4 feet of snow. That's good stuff. When I lived up near the Buffalo area, got that lake effect snow. You get 72 inches overnight. It's always fun. It's always fun. Good business, good money for the plow business, though. Let's see here. Rose is in the house. Ian's in the house. West Virginia Pappy. Alice is here. We got Mr. J. Catitude. Where'd that go? There we go. Let's see. The chat just did something very weird. We got Alice, Mr. J. Catitude. Um, Andy's in the house. Bullseye Ben showed up. Good to go. The Lamb's Light. I'm here. I'm here. Bradley Collins showed up. Rose, there we go. Lisa showed up. A werewolf prepper was figured out that I'm a prepper. I've not figured out what to do about that yet. Well, I'm telling you what. I don't know that I would worry too much about the werewolf prepper, because they have a tendency to talk a really good game. I don't really see them as real things. They're just opportunists. That's all they really are. Let's see here. And to be honest with you, I'm not dismissing you because we're going to go over some different types. But I would think that you probably need to arm up and train up is what I would tell you to do. Let's see here. Laszlo's in the house. Who else we got here? Cook V showed up. Oops is in the house. The militarist is here. Living in 1984 from Great Britain is in here. Let's see here. Werewolf Prepper? Yeah, they self-named themselves. They wanted a really cool name, but then they realized that they were being stupid. He's living in 1984. What's that? Okay, so I was inspired to talk about these things. I actually read an article, and there are some. Oh, and yes, I will be drinking fire cider directly after this. I just didn't want to do it first thing in the morning because it can be a little rough on the stomach, and I don't. Uh, Gotcha. Pure Alaska, also a veteran. Gotcha. Um, but it has a really strong food taste to it, and I want to eat. I want to take. It sets on your stomach hard, but I want to put some food in my belly first. Okay, so like I was saying, I was inspired to do this particular video, this subject. Let me take a sip here. I'm just going to labor through this. It's crazy. It's crazy. Um, I was reading an article and it was very similar to this, and I actually kind of like stole some of the stuff out of it too because it made a lot of sense. But as usual, take things from the world and make them your own, and you can do good things with that. It's like absorb all the good stuff, get rid of the old stuff that's not a good thing. But it's like there you either have one side of the story where people are trying to classify themselves, or you have another side of the story where somebody's trying to classify who you are. And so I thought that this article had a lot of relevance, and that's what we're going to talk about. Jansen, good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Don't recognize you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And jokingly, went to a channel today that I know that I subscribed up to on Friday, and I was unsubscribed. Not a joke. Are werewolf preppers someone who just prep guns and figures he can take everything else from prep? Yes, Lisa, that's exactly who they are. That's how they categorize themselves. Don't eat the yellow snow. Okay, so types of preppers to avoid and why. As prepper communities grow, so does the importance of discerning which personalities and behaviors can undermine safety and preparedness. While connecting with like minded individuals can enhance readiness, certain types of preppers may pose significant risks to both your plans and well being. Here are some key points or types of preppers to avoid, along with expanded recommendations on navigating these challenges. Now, the first one that I could really come up with a different name for, but this is going to be rough, guys. This is going to be rough. Uh, you're going to have to excuse all of this. Uh, all right, the first one uh, was named the Macho Man. This type thrives on conflict and aggression, constantly seeking to prove their dominance. These individuals are often quick to escalate situations, creating unnecessary tension within a group. Their presence can be particularly problematic in confined spaces or during high stress scenarios. They're normally the guys who tend to freak out. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. I have a macho man story I'll share with you in a second. Um, why avoid them? Macho personalities tend to attract trouble and alienate others. Their combative nature can lead to group fragmentation when unity is most needed. Now, some recommendations in dealing with these people is to prioritize group members who promote cooperation and calm under pressure. Encourage open communication and collective decision making to reduce stress in general dynamics, or I'm sorry, in the general group dynamics. Avoid individuals who use intimidation as a way to assert control. So, the story that I'll share with you today is the one of boot camp. Um, when I joined the Marine Corps, they were still issuing birth control device glasses. They were the black horn rimmed glasses, and I had only realized that I needed glasses about 3 months before I went to recruit training. When I got there, they test your eyes. They just check everything. Um, and so my glasses came just before going to rifle range. And I started wearing them, and there was this one guy, he would just like pick on me. You could tell he was a guy, he was on the football team, and he was just used to everybody like telling him how fucking cool he was. Excuse my French. Um, I do hold a little bit of animosity towards him because he was a fool. I know this now, and I'm going to tell you the story why I know he's not as tough as he pretended to be. Most of the macho men aren't as tough as they pretend to be. It's normally a big show. And so being a Marine has a lot to do, not just with physical fitness, but mental strength, discipline. Okay. The ability to do things that others can't because they just don't want to fail. And not looking for the easy way out. Now, with that said, we go to uh, the gas chamber. First, he had picked on me the entire time at the rifle range, and which was hilarious because he was, if you know what I'm saying, he's a toilet seat. He's a marksman, okay, which is still an excellent shot in the real world, but in the Marine Corps, that's you just qualified. That's all you did. And so big guy, puffed chest out, that kind of thing, real tough macho guy. We go to start to do our field skills, and we go into the gas chamber. And in the gas chamber, they tell you what you need to do. You learn about chemical warfare. Uh, you go into one side of this gas chamber, and one of the things that you have to do is take your mask off, put it back on, clear your mask, and then continue on. He couldn't do that. And if you do it, and you tried to get out, they would let you out, but they would make you go back. Well, the Macho Man had to go through the gas chamber 3 times that day because he couldn't take the mental pressure of what the gas chamber offers. And after that, he wasn't so macho anymore, and everybody saw it. This guy had been playing it up long enough to they would actually that people thought that he should have been the guide, which is like the recruit leader for a platoon in Marine recruit training. But after that, not so much, not so much. He did graduate, but he just wasn't the guy. Oh, 0311 there. There you go. I was a 40. My very first job in the Marine Corps was 0341. Mortar man. Nice, Pure Alaska. I appreciate you, bro. I don't know why you give me all this cash, but I love you. I love you. I love you more every time you do this. Let's see here. When did you graduate from boot camp? I was 88. Golf company. 2088. I'm a Hollywood Marine. Let's see here. Um, so don't be surprised when these people that are that are literally overly machismo uh, fail you, because sometimes that's what happens. And there's a huge difference between what they categorize as the macho man and an alpha. It's really that easy. It's really that easy. Oh, that was productive. Nice. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna check the poll real quick here. Um, don't think it's. Do you think it's necessary to avoid certain types of preppers for effective survival planning? 47% say yes. Avoid risks is essential. We got 26% says depends on the group's goals. 16% say no, everyone has value, and 11% say I'm unsure. It's situational. All right, so moving along. On the next one, you've got what they call the firearm obsessed prepper. Now, some preppers focus almost exclusively, which means that's all they focus um, on amazing weapons while neglecting other critical survival needs. They might have walls of guns and ammunition, but minimal food, water, or medical supplies. Now, why we want to try and avoid these people? Um, a prepper with an unbalanced approach may struggle in non combat scenarios. Their lack of versatility can leave them unprepared for challenges requiring resource management, practical skills, or teamwork. Some of the recommended recommendations to dealing with these people is that you build balanced preparedness by integrating diverse skills like first aid, water purification, gardening, and shelter construction. You can also seek training opportunities that go beyond weaponry, such as practical home security and defensive strategies. And you want to avoid preppers who equate survival with firearms alone. They're unlikely to contribute meaningfully to long-term resilience. And this kind of leans into the werewolf prepper, but it doesn't really talk about that, because the idea behind the werewolf prepper is that he or she is just going to buy guns and learn how to shoot and take your stuff. You know what? My advice to that person is I was actually targeted by a couple of werewolf preppers several years back, and I said, "Okay, here's my address. Bring it." Never showed up. Never heard from them again. So if I'm going to list someplace, that's great. But if you don't think that I don't pay attention to the situation in our country, then you would be I would be ready for you. You would have a bad day, as they like to say in the cartoons. So I'm gonna go to the chat here real quick here. Alaska gotta drop me $1 in monetization. Oh Jesus, what are we doing here? Um, let's see. And who sent that? Who was that? Who was that? Yeah, that was Pure Alaska. Got you. All right. So Pure Alaska, uh, Pure Alaska, same here. MCRD San Diego, 87. Yeah, I joined the Marine Corps in 87. But it's funny too, because or should I say, I went to recruit training in 1987. But it was during the changeover of a fiscal year, so I got an 88 guidon number. Let's see here. So balance is crucial. Yes, absolutely true. I'm a food and water obsessed prepper mostly, some medical learning, more security all the time. There you go. Good. Yes, Cindy, Cindy and I have talked several times about different firearms and training and things like that. That's kind of part of being a member, you know. If you're not a member of the YouTube membership group, then you don't get to benefit from those conversations. I would definitely take a look at that. So, all right, so I'm going to take a sip of coffee. I'm going to continue on. Can't believe this cough drop has kind of hung out in my like a piece of chaw here for a while. Mm. All right, next one. Yeah. All right, the bragger. The bragger. This type frequently boasts of their stockpiles or strategies, inadvertently drawing attention to themselves and those associated with them. Their lack of discretion can expose their preps to theft or unwanted dependence from others. Well, I guess you guys need to avoid me. Why avoid them? Bragging preppers undermine operational security, increasing the risk of theft or social strain during a crisis. Their loose talk can also lead to unnecessary scrutiny from authorities or neighbors. Now, some recommendations is that you can emphasize the importance of maintaining discretion about prepping supplies and plans, and educate friends and family on preparedness basics without divulging personal inventories. Avoid individuals who cannot maintain a low profile as they risk exposing group resources to optimistic threats. You know, this is a classic example of the guy who gets drunk and talks too much smack at the bar. That's what this really comes down to. You know, you're sitting at the bar, you're sitting there with somebody you've never even met before, watching something on the news, and he's like, "Oh my God, that stuff's crazy." And you say something stupid like, "Oh, we're ready for that, man." Oh, red flag, red flag. I'm going to go to the chat here real quick here. Don't forget that. Thumb, 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 thumb. Whatever that Nishka is, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You didn't have to redact that. I don't know why you did that. Let's see here. I don't have anyone, but a good trained dog is priceless. Yes, absolutely. Let's see here. Let's see. Trump to sign EO reinstating military non-jabbery tape. That's excellent. I love that. I love that. I know a lot of guys that were kicked out, and the thing is it's not going to be. Some of them will want to come back, but a lot of them won't because once there's an old saying in the Marine Corps. You know, what is it? It's hard to eat the apple when you've tasted the core. That's it's something that's like a re-enlistment saying. Let's see here. I got two Kegels. There you go. Loose lip sync chips. Are you masking up around your lady? Keep her safe. Yes, I am actually, Rose. And it sucks because I haven't um we've got a spare room. I'm sleeping in the spare room. And yesterday I literally got back from North Carolina and she's like, we need to go to the ER. My blood pressure's through the roof. So I'm like, okay. So I dropped my shit, grabbed my mask, put it on, and wore a mask all in the hospital. Her heart rate is good, but they checked her, even though she would just had a round of chemo, they were looking at her numbers, and her immune system is still strong enough to fight off infection. Um, what's weird about what I have is it's all upper respiratory. It's not necessarily sinus, but it's all upper respiratory. I don't have a fever. I haven't had a fever at all. I don't feel bad other than my throat being messed up and coughing crap up. Right. Um, I'm not like this all day long. Um, I slept great. So this is just this weird bug. So, but yes, I am masking up. So it sucks. It makes my beard look funny. It gives my beard a weird shape. But yes, Rose, thanks for asking. Love German Shepherds. Don't forget those thumbs. There you go. Let's see here. Nice Alaska morning. Um, oh, the Light Raider showed up. What's up, bros? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Uh, this one is called the wants it to happen person. Take some fire starter to keep your feel better open. Yes, Keller, or Killer Smurf. That's a kick-ass name, man. I don't recognize you. Make sure you subscribe. I like that. That's cool. Killer Smurf. All right, Killer. Um, what is it? Yeah, I've got some in the fridge. I was just telling people at the very beginning of the stream that I'm going to take it after this live stream because it has this really weird flavor to it that it feels like I ate food and I want and it sits on my stomach hard. So I want to put some food in my belly and then take it. But yes, twice a day, bro. So twice a day. Once after the live stream and once at supper. So let's see here. Let's see. Africa to warn off predatory big cats. Um, thank you, and I have. There you go. All right, so this one is categorized as the wants it to happen prepper. This type views social collapse as a chance to start over, often driven by personal frustrations such as unemployment or social struggles. They romanticize catastrophic scenarios without uh, um, appreciating the challenges involved. Now, why you want to avoid these people? These individuals lack the ability to and resilience necessary for survival. Their fantasies often mask deeper issues like entitlement, fixed mindset, or unresolved personal problems. Now, some recommendations: collaborate with people who exhibit adaptability, resourcefulness, and a positive outlook. Avoid those who seem more focused on escape than on addressing practical preparedness, and foster a growth mindset with the community, emphasizing learning and problem solving over pessimism. Now, a quick story on that one. When I was, I've been lucky enough to do a lot of unbelievable things and be in a lot of unbelievable places in my life, especially when I was on active duty. But one of them was I was going to. It's hard to explain this situation to make it sound real. I was going to volunteer for uh, um, reconnaissance. I had already done a lot of that work within the Scout Sniper community, and I had already done many real world missions. So I thought I was prepared. But as you move up in the military, one of the things is they have a tendency to try and attach you to a desk. I fought that my entire time. And so when I was going through my interview, they had asked me like, so why now? Why so late in your career? Because there was a downtime where I was extremely active in the 80s and the 90s. And then in the mid 2000s, things just slowed down. But so in my interview, they asked me, why? I started telling them things, and I made them like I wanted to make sure they understood that I was a glass half full kind of guy. And the reason I wanted them to know that was because I always try to find something good in the bad and try to flip it, flip that coin from tails to heads. And the bottom line is that um, you can never quit and you can never quit. And no matter how bad the scenario is, it can always be worse. And when I explained that to them, they were like, uh, okay, okay. And so it was favorable. It was favorable. The bottom line is that telling yourself things can always be worse kind of tricks your brain into thinking everything's going to be fine, even if it's not. And then you're on the will of fate. You know what I'm saying? So, oh, this is awful. This is awful. All right. With that said, guys, I think it's time to, you know what? It's time to put a one in the chat if you love your country, not your government, your country. And the government's getting better every day. Put a number one in the chat if you love your country. America. I'm going to drink some more coffee. I'm going to talk some more smack. I'm going to tell you some stories. We're going to go over some educational stuff. But before we do that, we're going to pay some bills. Guys, as you can tell, Refuge Medical still at the top of my list of, and I have a list of people to promote, don't get me wrong. They're still at the top, and they're at the top because they're the best. Everybody needs to have 100% medical supplies that are going to work every single time. If you guys didn't know this, Refuge Medical has a lifetime guarantee on all their stuff. If something they made you blows out, you send it back to them and they will give you something new, because their products are getting better and better every time they upgrade. Also, if you use your equipment to save a life, they will replace that equipment free of charge. Not a joke. Not a joke. And as usual, when you start talking about the best gear on the planet, it's not going to be cheap. It's not going to be cheap. So if you want to save some money, local prepper code, all one word, local prepper is going to save you 15% off of your purchases. So make sure that you do that. It's not a joke. It's not a joke, because you guys hear me talking about water, food, and security all the time, but medical is one of the things that you have to think about all the time. And if you're not ready, you're not ready. So go get ready. refugemedical.com, local prepper, all one word, save some money, because the stuff's not cheap, but be adults. Spend your money the way you feel you should. All right, back to the main. All right, so Chanson. Yeah, Chanson, definitely, definitely. If you go to down in, I put it on the screen. It's like prepper gear I like. Go click on that and then scroll down. It's near the bottom. You'll see what I'm saying. Click on that, and that'll get you right into their main area to see all their gear. All right, so I'd never heard of them. Well, okay, good. I'm. This is what I'm talking about. For the people that are new, I started this channel 3 years ago because I was tired of people ripping the prepper community off. There was a very well known preparedness and field skills channel. They had actually had multiple channels that was trying to sell this trauma kit for like $195. And I started looking at the components in it, and you could buy all of those components on Amazon for about $65. And it's a business, so you gotta the rule of threes, the 33% rule. You got to apply that, but it's way overpriced. Way overpriced. It really pissed me off. So that's how the channel started, with the mission of trying to save people money. That's why I only support channels. I'm sorry, I only support businesses that actually offer quality and are at a reasonable price point. So now you know that. All the new people, now you know that. All right. So next, might have to put a pop. I'm gonna do it now. I've been using these new ones from Usenex. They're actually pretty good, guys. No, I don't have any stock in the company, but I do like that they're kind of individually wrapped. They don't have that stretchy wrap. I don't know. There's something about it, but they take care of mucus as well. So it's right there inside, just like that. All right. So the next one we're calling the Field General. This type seeks to impose military-style control over a group, turning preparedness into a personal power play. They may attempt to dictate decisions, create tension and resentment among others. Now, why we want to avoid them? The field generals can undermine group cohesion by fostering division and conflict. Their domineering style may also attract unwanted attention, such as government scrutiny or uh, mutinous behavior within the group. Now, some of the recommendations are to maintain autonomy over your preparations and avoid groups with authoritarian structures. You also want to think about fostering an environment of mutual respect where decisions are made collaboratively. There we go. And you also want to steer clear of individuals who treat prepping as a platform for personal control or ego. Now, with that said, this is kind of a catch-22 situation. You know, it's my property. They're my guns. It's my food. It's my water. So it's going to be my way. It's like my way or the highway. If you want to live under this roof, you're going to follow my rules. Now, with that said, this only works in stressful situations when the person who is in charge has proven themselves to be just, uh, you know, humble, okay, willing to listen to other people's decisions without having already made the decision on something. There will always be people in our life that are more domineering, that are more direct, that are task driven, that see the big picture and act and don't ask for your permission. There will always be those people. And there will always be those people that want to follow those kind of people. Does it make it right? No. Does it make it wrong? No, it doesn't. But in this particular case, this is about a person whose ego is driving everything that's happening instead of common sense. So, yeah, that's who we're talking about. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and go on over to the poll real quick here. We've got 31 votes in the poll. 38 viewers get on it, and we are nearing the end, but we're not quite there yet. So, do you think it's necessary to avoid certain types of preppers for effective survival planning? 45% say yes, avoiding risk is essential. 29% depends on the group's goals. It just changed. 12%, 13. It keeps changing. No, everyone has value is 12%, and I'm sure it's situational. 12%. And we're going to go to the chat here real quick here because I have not looked at you guys here in a bit. Um, it's hard to believe that Trump is able to send some bad guys back to Colombia. No bluff, just the facts. Yeah, well, within hours of them changing that, they let Colombia save face by saying that they're going to send the Colombia's presidential airplane to pick up these people. Dynamite, mission accomplished. If you guys don't understand how Trump does business, he leverages leverage. All right. And it sounds a little weird, but you might want to read his book if you want to understand what he's really doing. Yes, Bear Independent. Guys, absolutely love Bear. He's not a perfect man, that is for sure. And from time to time says some things that I don't agree with, but that's how people are. So I do love Bear. Let's see here. Medical falls under security, if not healthy, not safe. That's true. Cindy says, anyone have input on the Navy seats begin guide worth 37 Navy seats? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, Cindy. I don't know what that is. Let's see here. Rose. I wish I could comment. Maybe there's more in the chat. Need someone to make quick decisions in crisis, but need democratic SOP for the in the first place. Yes. We got to be careful because mob rule can go bad. You know, it's like, so mob rule. So we're on my property. We're eating my food. We're drinking my water. And somehow the mob has decided to vote me out. And so we know the legacy of this type of uh, democracy. There's a difference between a democracy and a democratic process. And I think it's people should know how that works. Let's see here. 46 Camper says, I'm kind of a lone prepper. I can't get anyone in my circle on board. My brother, all he wants is guns and ammo. Yeah, because it's fun, because it's something for him to spend his money on. You know what I'm saying? Um, but at 46 Camper, I would start with, hey, do you guys have a place? Do you guys have like a piece of property someplace? You know, where you hunt that you could like turn into a bug out location, where you could like camp and have fires and hang out and shoot stuff. That could be a thing. Every young man loves a fort. And hit. Grumpy Egger showed up. Where does all that fit in my plans because an SHTF warlord? Where does all that fit into my plans to become an SS? No, Grumpy, you're full of crap and you know it. Grumpy has no intention of becoming an SHTF warlord. You already told me your game plan, man. Not buying it. Let's see here. Lisa says, "Oh my God, a field general has ruined prepper group in Wichita." I believe it. I believe it. Um, I hate to say it, but it's once you let these people into your group, it's kind of difficult to get rid of them because a lot of times they like become part of a larger homestead, and now they're a problem. So Navy SEAL Bug In Guide. Have never seen it, Cindy. I've never seen that book. Uh, Cards always get a small book of solitaire. There you go. Trump's response should have been permission to land, or we have parachutes. You know, I jokingly say immigration catapults. I'm pretty sure that was a South Park thing, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, immigration catapults. You know, the reality is these people need to understand that this is going to happen. If you fight us on this, we're going to find another way. It's that easy. You know, and then you know, hey, 25% tariffs on everything coming here. Good to go. Because their country doesn't really give us a lot of stuff. They give us some food, but it's not food that we can't get in other places. So, um, what is this? What is my? Oh, it's time for the spam. It's time for spam. Um, America is a constitutional republic and not a democracy for those in that chat unaware. This is technically true, yes. Where we at here? Uh, Getting a map of local caves. That's interesting. That's interesting. All right. So yes, West Virginia coffee. Okay. So bonus. The bonus. Here's a bonus, guys. This one is called the tunnel vision prepper. This type fixates on a single disaster scenario, such as famine, EMP attacks, or power outages, often neglecting other critical aspects of preparedness. Their narrow focus can leave significant gaps in their overall readiness. And why we want to avoid them? Tunnel vision preppers are unprepared for diverse challenges. By focusing heavily on one area, they may lack vital skills or resources for other emergencies. Guys, did I just glitch out there, or is there a somebody give me a 5x5 on the visuals, guys? I appreciate you. My YouTube algorithm is telling me your what is it? Your keyframe rate is frequently wrong. I don't know what that is, but who cares? All right, so some let's see. Tunnel vision preppers are unprepared for diverse challenges by focusing too heavily on one area. They may lack vital skills or resources for other emergencies. Recommendations. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate you. Recommendations. Adopt a well rounded preparation plan that addresses multiple potential scenarios, including food shortage, water purification, medical care, and security. Build diversity into your plans by learning diverse skills such as gardening, first aid, and mechanical repair. Collaborate with individuals who value a balanced approach to survival. I'm going to say that one again, guys. Collaborate with individuals who value a balanced approach to survival. Very, very key words. Key words to live by. Now, some additional red flags. So, actually, no, let's not do that. Let's not talk about that just yet because, you know, I started with being focused on my main prep or should I say, when I started this, was economic collapse. What I found out is if you prepare for an economic collapse, you were basically preparing for all other types of preps, all other types of events. There are other people that will be focused on, shelters because they live in Tornado Alley. This would be smart. We're not talking about those kind of people. What we're talking about with these tunnel vision preppers is they're totally focused on only one thing. And then, but that, and in that leaves holes in their preps. Right. Because they're trying to make their phone works after an EMP, or I'm sorry, they're trying to make sure that all their electronic gear works after an EMP, but they don't realize they're so focused or have tunnel vision that everything else is not going to work. So those electronic devices just are not that important. Yes, having them would be great. Yes, protecting them would be great because there could be an opportunity in the future. But directly after an EMP, none of that's going to matter. What's going to matter is do you have something to drink? Do you have something to eat? Can you protect you and your family? And then everything else everything else is gravy after that. So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. So and then some red flags, Um, addictions. Preppers struggle with substance abuse, can become uh, volatile during crisis. Or should I say, preppers who struggle with substance abuse can become volatile during a crisis, posing risks to the groups. Um, Here on the Eastern Shore, there is a significant drug problem. It's very well hidden. It used to be really, really bad in the 80s. Um, I don't know why. I never really wrapped my head around that. I think it's because it was super rural. It's a very different lifestyle here. There's not a lot of stuff. There's not a lot of things for the kids to do, so they're just going to naturally do the things that they can do. But if you've ever been around, if you've ever interacted with people that are actively using, they're very different people, and they're very dangerous when they cannot find the things that they're looking for to feel good. So just kind of be aware. Addictions are a problem. Another one is overconfidence. Individuals who overestimate their abilities or rely too heavily on a single resource may endanger others when their plans fail. Now, my advice to people like that is to always try to humble yourselves to the situation. Being the first guy to talk is normally not the best thing. It's easier, it's easier and it's better and it's smarter to listen before you overreact. Now, I'm not saying that the people that that it's wrong that people aren't make decisive decisions or take decisive actions. What I'm saying is that when you can breathe, listen, watch the scenario, and then think about what's going to happen after you do something. Okay, so let's see here. Looking at the chat right now. Let's see here. I'd stay in Carlsbad Cavern as SHTF. You think bats, but they leave you alone. Yeah, I mean that's not bad. Just make sure that there's enough oxygen in there. It should be okay. Let's see here. Chanson says some caves have gas in them, so be cautious. They also have something called dead air, where you literally just suffocate yourself to death, and it happens really fast. Yeah. Let's see here. YouTube timing slow as hell the past few days. Yes. Oops. EMP or CME coronal mass ejection more comprehensive for me. Natural and unnatural disasters. Your microwave is a Faraday cage to an extent. It's really not. That's not totally true, bro. That's not totally true. Um, let's see here. Solar energy in a Faraday cage. Cuckvy says if you prep for no electricity and what the world looks like and operates with no electricity, that will allow you to prep for most things. Yes, absolutely true. Killer says my partner is addicted to canning. There you go. Oh my God, we can't can anything. Rose says, with caves, need to be aware of water sources, what areas will flood, are your escape routes blocked, observed, or changes in the amount of fallen rocks, shifting. There you go. Push Virginia Pappy says, addicts can't be trusted. All my brothers were addicts. True. You probably stole everything you did, nail down to the floor. Stay humble, keep your ego in check. Definitely. Oops says, any metal box can school lockers, file cabinets, Faraday cage, to an extent. To an extent. See, there's a lot. I don't like saying no, you're wrong. I don't like doing that. Okay. Here's what you need to understand about Faraday cages. Okay. The term Faraday cage, all right, or the idea behind it, the theory behind it is that keeps um, it keeps electrons from getting inside of it. Okay. And the way it does that is it allows the electrons to pass over it, to move around it. Okay. Um, And the problem with a bad, be wary of anything that you think is a Faraday cage or that meets that theory if it has cracks or openings in it. And these electrons, they really like to get into everything. If there's a crack in something, they'll find their way through it. So yeah, there are cracks in a microwave oven. There are cracks in steel boxes. Um, that's why when we make our Faraday cages, that we actually wrap metal tape around the seams. That's why the seams that are actually welded into our Faraday cages actually should have metal tape on them, both inside and out. That way we can keep those little electrons from finding their ways through the cracks. It's just too easy to ignore. It's just too easy to ignore. Um, I'm addicted to jerky. You're a good man, Ibs. You're a good man. Pure Alaska says, preppers up here don't trust anyone. How do I get a community going? I would say just be friends with people. Just try to be friends. You know, if they don't want to be friends, say, listen, man, I have no interest in what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like trying not to go nuts being all alone. I mean, come on, you know, have a beer. Let's get a beer. I think that's really the best you can do. And if they don't want anything to do with it, offer help. Hey, man, I see you out here working. You need a hand. I got nothing going on today. And then don't ask for nothing. Just, all right, we're good. All right, man. It's good talking to you. Glad I could help. Well, I'll talk to you later. I got to go back and cook some food, whatever. Um, that's a good question, Pure Alaska. Yeah, I mean, it's so hard when people have their defenses up all the time. It's so hard. Um, Potluck, no politics, no prepping talk. Just get to know people. That works. Seal the cracks. Alaska talks self-sufficient and more preps are willing to communicate. There you go. Great advice, Grumpy. There you go. Let's see. Grumpy says, Pure Alaska, invite two people you know and tell them to invite two people and so on. Do it at a neutral location. There you go. Cindy says, peeps always center around food. It's going to be preps always center around food. Oh, we bring food for almost all occasions. All right. Good. Good. All right. So we're going to go ahead and move into the conclusion here, guys. We're moving up on the 1 hour mark, and my throat is about to die. So, in conclusion, make sure you guys answer the chat or answer the poll if you have not done that. We'll also be posting the poll results on the YouTube posts. Let's see here. Killer says, what would be your top picks on using a Faraday on and why? I'm going to go with are radios overrated? No, radios are not overrated. They're a tool. They're a tool. Okay, so instead of concluding, Killer, I want to hold on a second. This is my second one. These are what I recommend to make Faraday cages with. They seal up. It's non-anodized. And it's you can also find them anywhere. A lot of people call them ash cans. They hold more than enough stuff. I've put a Jackery in this. The one that I have set up right now that's in another room that has a Jackery, several Bofang radios, a one of the wind up radios, batteries, stupid little things. About once every 3 months, I swap them out. That's why that one's there. Um, but I do recommend that a lot of them they call them ash cans. They're not hard to find. You can order them pretty much anywhere. Um, let's see here. Talk about the newest disaster to get feel for how they would handle it. There you go. That's a good idea. All right. So in conclusion, based on this video, build a strong preparedness network involves more than shared interests. It requires careful evaluation of personalities, skills, and approaches. Avoiding these problematic types of preppers ensures a safer, more cohesive network community. Seek adaptable, cooperative individuals with prioritized balance, long-term strategies over ego or fantasy. Effective prepping is not just about survival, it's about fostering resilience and unity in the face of adversity. Let's see here. I use the 30 gallon, but yeah, those are good. Yeah, it's well, it's hard to find, Pilgrim. It's hard to find the 30-gallon non-galvanized. Galvanized isn't going to do very. Galvanized is not good for creating Faraday cages with. All right, so that's going to be about it, guys. As usual, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up on the way out the door. If you're new and haven't subscribed, please do that now. I'm here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern. For those of you that donated, appreciate you. Every bit of that money goes towards a new computer because I can't process 4K videos, and I'm trying to make better stuff for you guys. But I'm kind of stuck in the past because I have an old machine. All right, guys, that's going to be about it. If you're not a member, you might want to go down there and find that. Find that. It's I recommend Doomsday because you get access to everything. Stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. Bye bye.